Hi, I'm Leroy Zimmerman here at Home Harbor Kitchens. Well, technically, this is my AI digital twin. I use this avatar so I can answer more of your questions faster. Now, I know when you start thinking about a new kitchen, the very first question you're going to ask is, how much is this actually going to cost me? That's an incredibly important question. Yet, if you've already spent time searching the internet, you've probably noticed it's tough to answer it. Most answers are something like, well, it depends, or you'll find you need to schedule a sales call just to get a ballpark figure. I know it's impossible to budget for your dream home if you're left in the dark on how much it will cost. So, in this video, I will be breaking down what a custom kitchen costs in 2026, what is included in those numbers, and the specific design choices that will cause your investment to go up or down. To give you an immediate answer, the average price for complete custom kitchens we've built so far at Home Harbor Kitchens in 2026 is $38,545. Although every kitchen footprint is unique and many different factors determine the final cost, we translated our 2026 project prices into linear foot costs. Our average price is $975 per linear foot. This gives you an easy way to quickly estimate what a project could cost. Now, what do these numbers include? It's critical to know what you are paying for when comparing quotes. The pricing metrics I just described include three primary things. Number one, comprehensive custom design services. You are not just buying wood, hardware, and the skills to put it all together. You are investing in a smooth, expert-led design process. Number two, premium custom cabinetry, built with high-quality woods and components specifically to fit into your kitchen's dimensions and design. And number three, professional installation. Around 15% of your total cabinetry investment goes directly toward professional, precision installation. I include this because a customized kitchen is only as good as the master craftsman who put the final touches on it in your home. To be very clear, these averages reflect design service, the actual cabinetry, and cabinetry installation only. They do not include your appliances, plumbing fixtures, or countertops, which I will tell you about in just a bit. Now, here's what I mean by the design process. I find one of the biggest fears homeowners face when investing in a new kitchen is all the unknowns. They tell me, what if I spend all this money and don't actually like how it looks? Or what if the layout doesn't function the way I thought it would? I believe you shouldn't have to guess or cross your fingers. I also believe you shouldn't be expected to know everything about kitchen ergonomics, workflows, and spatial design. That's part of our job, and I believe you should get the benefit of that expert knowledge. To completely remove the guesswork, here's how a design process should work. First, consultations with people who understand design and construction. For example, if you do a lot of baking, your kitchen should have all the right tools and features to make baking easier for you. Good design people understand what conversations to have to help you know what you need. They also know how to translate that into real functionality that works for you. Secondly, clear, detailed technical drawings. These show exact spacing, dimensions, and structural layouts. Thirdly, photorealistic 3D renderings. This is so you can see your chosen door styles, colors, and textures come to life in your room. And lastly, a virtual video walkthrough. This is a guided digital tour of your future kitchen, allowing you to walk through the space and experience the flow before a single piece of wood is ever cut. All this ensures you can fully visualize every part of your design prior to final sign-off. Eliminating the unknowns up front helps ensure there are zero surprises when your finished kitchen becomes a reality. So how do you measure to calculate by the linear foot? When I say $975 per linear foot, I mean we calculated by measuring the running feet of each wall that actually features cabinetry. And we only calculated for the areas where cabinets live, not empty wall spaces or walkways. Next, I want to discuss what makes custom kitchen pricing go up or down. If the average project is $38,545, why do some kitchens cost $20,000 while others exceed $60,000? The final cost of a new kitchen is ultimately determined by your choices. Let's look at the primary cost drivers so you can consider where to save and where to splurge. First, I'll tell you about factors that increase the cost. If you want a highly efficient luxury kitchen, Here's the features that will drive your total investment higher. Organizing accessories and smart solutions like built-in spice racks, pull-out pantry shelves, heavy-duty mixer lifts, dedicated utensil units, and trash pullouts will add cost. The more specific organization features you add, the more the price increases. Incorporating deep drawers and internal rollout trays into base cabinets requires significantly more material, hardware, and labor than a standard cabinet door with simple adjustable shelves. Then there's specialty door styles. Opting for complex cabinetry designs, such as mitered door frames or Euro-style flat panels with raised edges and stacked crown moldings, for example, also requires more precision cutting, which means more labor and increases the price. Next, do you want glass-fronted display areas? Open shelving or glass-fronted cabinets require the interior of the cabinet box to be completely finished to match the exterior, raising production and finishing costs. Adding high-end ambiance lighting like under-cabinet task lighting, subtle toe-kick night lights, or automated interior drawer lighting obviously adds both component and fabrication costs. And think about custom wood vent hoods. A unique designer oven vent hood serves as a stunning focal point, but it requires customized engineering compared to a standard cabinet layout. And lastly, there's high-demand wood species. Supply and demand heavily dictate lumber costs. For example, in 2026, rift-sawn white oak and walnut remain highly sought-after premium options that command a higher price. Of course, there are also factors that decrease the cost. If you want the great quality of custom cabinetry but need to keep your project closer to a baseline budget, here's some choices that will lower your costs. First of all, a smaller size and scope of the project. Keeping the existing footprint of your room can reduce the overall amount of cabinetry you need. Then, standard doors with adjustable shelves. Choosing a simple door style rather than intricate mitered or decorative edges, along with standard adjustable wood shelves instead of moving drawers or roll-out trays. Next, skipping on integrated lighting. Relying on your home's existing ceiling or ambient room light rather than in-cabinet or under-cabinet systems. Foregoing specialized inserts and opting for interiors with standard shelves for storage will keep costs down. And using a standard cabinetry layout over your stove to accommodate a microwave or other low-cost traditional appliance vent instead of a custom-built wood designer hood. And last of all, cost-effective wood choices. Opting for more common woods like red oak or cherry, which currently are lower-cost materials in the wood market. One note I want to make on paint colors: generally different paint colors do not affect your price at our company. The only time a finish impacts the cost is if you request a specialty technique, such as wire brushing for wood texture, hand-applied glazing, or distressing. The last and very important thing to discuss is countertops. Because countertops are a distinct element from your custom cabinets, they are budgeted separately. Selecting the right stone is a major part of your kitchen's final appeal and function. Stone is a premium upgrade, as I outline in our more comprehensive guide called Buying Stone Countertops on our website. The two most common stone materials are these. First, natural granite. These are priced primarily on the rarity and origin of the stone. Common slabs are more affordable, while rare and exotic patterns cost more. You can typically expect granite to run between $65 to $150 per square foot, with ultra-rare options reaching up to $300 a square foot. Then secondly, there's quartz. Quartz is an engineered material containing natural stone. Pricing for this material depends on the resin blend and the complexity of the pattern. High-quality quartz generally ranges from $70 to $150 per square foot, with premium natural stone replicas going as high as $300 a square foot. Last of all, there's a few additional countertop fabrication costs to keep in mind. When budgeting for stone, remember to account for the detailed labor required to finish the space. Undermount sink cutouts are approximately $300 each. Upgraded edge profiles? An additional $7 to $15 per linear foot. And I highly recommend chip minimizers, which are a specialized edge treatment around your sink to prevent impact damage, which will cost around $250 per sink. Now you're all ready to begin your planning. I believe that being open about pricing is the right way to treat people, because with an accurate idea of current costs, you can look at your kitchen layout and plan your project with confidence. Thanks a lot for taking the time to educate yourself with this video.